January 2010. Girls' Generation is coming off of the colossal success of G and Genie the year before. Their next project will be their second full-length studio album, which wears the same name as its title track, Oh. Even though the song wouldn't go on to be remembered like their previous two, the album would be responsible for starting a trend that has since become ingrained into K-pop culture. Ogden's began to release the first collectible set of cigarette cards that would be known as Guinea Gold. This set was a collection of actors and actresses, politicians, writers, and other pop culture figures at the time. Just like K-pop albums, you would buy a pack and get a random card to add to your collection. Cigarette cards became incredibly popular in the early 20th century, but they would eventually die off during World War II. Throughout the years, businesses continued to include collectible prizes with their products to entice customers to buy over and over. Some of the prizes, like Cracker Jack's baseball cards, have even been sold for thousands of dollars each. Let's get back to 2010. SM Entertainment comes up with the familiar idea of including a collectible prize with each copy of O, a random 8.5 by 5.5 centimeter photo card of any member. In addition, there would also be 9 group cards available to collect for a total of 18. It's important to note that something like this had been done before by SM. In 2007, TVXQ's Summer EP came with member cards, but this was a Japanese exclusive release and not exactly what one envisions when thinking about K-pop photo cards. Member postcards were also often included in albums back then. Oh, and its repackaged Run Devil Run went on to become the best-selling album in Korea that year. Interestingly, Run Devil Run didn't include any photo cards. The second appearance of a photo card came in May of that year with FX's EP New ABO. This was a single group card with the member signatures on the back. Later that summer, SM continued their trend with Super Junior's Bonamana and SHINee's Lucifer, which both came with similar photo card concepts to O. 21 became the first non-SM group to release member photo cards with their debut album, To Anyone, in September. Though, these photo cards have a style that's closer to TVXQ's summer cards than what SM was releasing that year. After that, it didn't take long for it to become a full-blown trend in the industry. On October 4th, UKISS became the first non-big 3 group to have photo cards with their album, Break Time. Later that same month, Girls' Generation came back with their second set of photo cards for Hoot. In February of the following year, Big Bang came back with their first set of photo cards, signaling that YG was all in on the idea. So, the first SM boy and girl groups to have photo cards were Girls' Generation and Super Junior. And TVXQ, kinda. For YG, it was 21 and Big Bang. But what about JYP? Well, this is where the story becomes a little more confusing. During the early years of the photo card, JYP had plenty of opportunities with Miss A, Wonder Girls, and 2PM to hop on board. But it wasn't until January of 2014, nearly 3 years after the release of O, that it happened. GOT7 came into the scene with their debut mini-album, Got It, and became the first JYP boy group with photo cards. Question: who was the first JYP girl group to have photo cards? That wouldn't be known until 2015. It was the year that Miss A came back with Only You and their album Colors, but still, no photo cards were to be found. Later in August, Wonder Girls dropped Reboot, but that too left their fans without any photo cards. So who was it? Yep, unbelievably, Twice was the first JYP girl group to have photo cards when they debuted with the Story Begins mini-album in October. The reason as to why legendary groups like Miss A and Wonder Girls disbanded without any photo cards when they both lasted well into the 2010s remains unknown. Today, collecting photo cards is a common pastime in the K-pop community. Look up any photo card collecting video and you're bound to see binders full of them. The vast majority of photo cards are simple selfies, but every once in a while, a quirky, out-of-the-ordinary card will pop up and spread like wildfire in the group's fanbase. Some examples of these include Red Velvet Irene's shadow, EXO-Dio's forehead, and Luna Hyunjin's Hash Brown. Cards like these can hold more sentimental value for many, and even become much more expensive. The most expensive photo card ever sold was of BTS's V, which went for a staggering $840. But what kinds of photo cards are there? And why do K-pop fans value these photo cards so much? Well, that's an episode for another day. Thank you all for watching. If you're wondering who I am, I have my own channel dedicated to Luna where I do unboxings and reactions. You can check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, hit the like button and subscribe to both of our channels.